Good afternoon, friends. How are you on this Tuesday afternoon? I have just been told by a few of my colleagues here that the World Cup kickoff, the England match, is right now. So for those of you who support that, I'm very glad that you've joined us for a couple of minutes before you go and check that out. Otherwise, welcome back to everybody, and it's really lovely to see you. If you are new to us, welcome. We're really glad to have you here. If you're one of our old guard, then equally, it's lovely to see you again. This is our favorite 30 minutes of the week, although I very nearly didn't make it this week. If you are familiar with us, if you're familiar with our backgrounds, that we don't normally put green screens or anything on, this isn't mine normally. Unfortunately, living in the middle of nowhere in Alaska in the interior, often at very inopportune moments, our internet goes out. And about 15 minutes ago, mine did. And so I come to you by virtue of the MNFRC at Eielson Air Force Base, just outside of Fairbanks. So they have gladly hosted me for this 30 minutes so that I could be live with you. So I'm really glad I could make it. We are here for the whole of the military community. So if you are a spouse, if you are a transitioning service member, if you are a veteran, we are here to be able to answer your questions, give you any advice that you're looking for, and really be able to share our newest and hottest SkillBridge internship opportunities and roles that we have this week. If you haven't seen it already, please do check out our website. It's HireMilitary.us. Every single week now, we are uploading into the job seeker resources more and more really valuable information that we are creating for you. We're getting to the point that we have this huge population here on LinkedIn. And unfortunately, Kate, Matt, and I can't always respond to your emails. So working with our marketing team, the wonderful Olivia, who makes this happen every single Tuesday, we have articulated and created documents really to support your journey and to give you the advice and the guidance that you may need. If you take a look at that website, you will see on the homepage that we have 2 talent pools that you can join. And they are really there for those who have a look at our careers page, go and think, there's nothing really there for me right now, but you still want us to know that you are actively searching and available. So we have one for the SkillBridge interns, and we have another one for those of you looking for permanent roles. If you drop your resume and a few of your details in there, register and sign up, we then know that you are activated and you are looking for a position. So when we are sourcing and recruiting on behalf of our corporate partners, we go to that pipeline, we go to those talent pools first before we even come out here on LinkedIn or our other avenues to advertise. So definitely share that information with us. That equally goes to, like I said, if you see our careers page, that's HireMilitary.us, and you don't see something that works for you right now, please don't despair, because our roles change on the daily. We probably, you guys can correct me, over the last couple of weeks have probably taken about 30 or 40 new vacancies and internships across both sides. So we are constantly renewing what we have, constantly resharing. So definitely bookmark that page so that you can take a look back at a further date, or a later date even. So if you are not familiar with me, I am Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. I've been here for about 1.5 years now. And like I said, my husband is stationed with the US Air Force at Eielson Air Force Base. So today is our coldest day of this winter so far. And we are at a balmy -25 degrees. And from there, I'm going to hand you over to Kate Wood, who is probably at 125 degrees.
I am definitely on the opposite end of the weather spectrum from Lucy. Hi, everyone. I'm Kate Wood. I'm a recruiter here. I am an Army vet and an Army spouse. My husband's still active duty. We have a very unique posting. We are in Panama. My husband is stationed here at the embassy. And right now it is 87 and 100% humidity. So I am definitely on the opposite end of the spectrum as Lucy, but really excited to see everyone today. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Laron. I tagged him in a post this morning, inviting him to come on to our broadcast today. And he's here. So welcome. That shows the power of LinkedIn. I'm really excited to share opportunities with everyone. And I will pass it over to Matt Hart.
All right, thank you. Matt, one of the recruiters here, Marine Corps veteran, started off as a SkillBridge intern April of last year. Out in East Tennessee. It's about 50, feels a little bit chillier, but sunny, beautiful day. Yeah, it's a great little place to be. I got to share some direct hire roles with you. If you have questions, please put them in the chat. So we'll be happy to help as best we can. Turn it over to Matt Collins.
Hey, thank you, Matt. Matt Collins here, second time in the shoot. Really excited to be here today. I am coming to you from Missoula, Montana. So I did retirement in reverse, 28 years in the Florida Army National Guard, about 23 of that on active duty. And then we decided the sunshine and warm weather year round was too much. So we moved to one of the coldest places in the United States. But I'm surrounded by the mountains and it is beautiful. Here to talk about some really, really exciting skills-rich opportunities today. I'm living the dream within SkillsBridge right now through HireMilitary, and really excited to share some of those opportunities with everybody. So with that, back to you, Kate. Back to you, Lucy.
Thank you so much. And because I was in a slight kerfuffle as we came on this morning, I didn't say, hey, introduce yourself. We want to know who's here today. We want to know where you are, where you want to be, and the area or career field that you are looking to go in. And the reason we ask these questions, and I know I say it time and time again, but it's because it's so utterly true. After these LinkedIn Lives, we come back to the comments and we mine them. We take all of the information that you share with us, and we then sit down with our strategic partnerships team and say, hey, our population, our audience is here, these locations, and they are looking for this. And then they actively, on a weekly basis, utilize that information to go out and have conversations with new companies across corporate America. So if you don't share that information with us, we don't know where to go next. We don't know how to best represent you out there. So definitely do that. And I see some comments coming through now. There's Dominic, there's Raphael. It's really lovely to see you. Oh, Keith, he's seen a friend on there as well that he hasn't connected with for a while. Look, that's the beauty of our network. I'm really excited about that. So as we go into and as we share our roles today, definitely think about what could be of interest to you. And if something comes up that you think, yes, I think that I've got the skill set, or I think that I would like to know more about that, do drop us a comment as we speak, but make sure that you add the actual job title that we are talking about at the time. The issue for us is if we go back at a later stage and look and we say, oh, hey, look, there's David, he's interested in this role. We don't know what this role is. So we definitely need that additional piece of information to be able to support you as best as possible. If you haven't already, all four of us are absolutely and 100% on LinkedIn. So do connect with us or follow us after this. And if you do have any questions about the job search, about SkillsBridge internships, about your resume, or about an obstacle or a challenge that you are seeing at the moment, write those in the comments as well, so that if we do have the time at the end, we can address those and give you our responses in real time. We really do love to be able to spend the last 5 or so minutes talking to you and supporting you as best as possible with our experience, both across the SkillsBridge internship side and the permanent side. So without further ado, I'm going to hand back over to Matt Collins, and Matt is going to talk to us about our SkillsBridge internship opportunities. But before you do that, Matt, why don't you explain to us exactly what SkillsBridge is and who is eligible?
Sure, Lucy. So SkillsBridge is a great program. It's a DoD-approved program that allows internship opportunities for service members that are 6 months out from their end of service, ETS or the EES date. So this is a DoD-wide. Anyone that's in that last 180 days of service is looking to get that real-world experience in the private sector. SkillsBridge is for you. And we have some exciting roles in SkillsBridge. And also I want to make sure that people in the AGR program understand, I came from the world of active duty guard. The AGR program is active duty guard and reserve, many times the best kept secret in the military, in my opinion. But those folks, you're also eligible to do SkillsBridge. So if you're looking to get those questions answered, drop us a comment and, we'll be happy to connect and answer those questions as well. So. And something else to keep in mind with our SkillsBridge is that when we place you in one of these internships, we're really looking to keep you in that position long term. So normally, if you end up in a SkillsBridge internship, there's going to be a full-time employment opportunity for you at the end of it. Really, an extreme high probability. If not, it's the service member's decision to maybe look at some other options. So hey, with that, I'm going to talk about some really cool roles we have in SkillsBridge right now. The first one I'm going to talk about is with a company called Splunk. Splunk, I'd say all the time, they're looking for like the Jason Bourne of IT. Really, really exciting company. And they're looking right now to fill someone in the customer success manager role. This person would be responsible for building relationships with clients. You'd be building customer success plans, really becoming just a trusted strategic advisor to the customer, and all while finding new opportunities for growth and advocating for the customer's needs. They're really looking for someone with 5+ years of experience in engagement, customer engagement. And ideally, this candidate's going to have prior experience in IT development, operations, observability, cloud, SaaS, all these big things I don't understand, so I won't pretend to, but they're looking for someone with commercial cloud services experience. That's highly desired. And, this is a technical problem-solving position, so critical thinking is really going to be necessary. The great thing about this role and all of our IT roles are they're remote. So great flexibility for service members that don't know where they're going to transition, where they're going to relocate to after the ATS. So that's a great role. If you're interested, please drop us a comment. We'll connect. Another great IT role with a company called Schneider Electric. They're looking right now for a DCIM technical support engineer. Really exciting company. They're involved in digital and energy solutions worldwide, another global firm. And the person that would take this role would troubleshoot concerns related to SNMP, Modbus, various web services. Ideally, this is a person who can handle escalation, solve customer concerns. Strong interpersonal skills would be a must. And this person would also provide training to the sales teams. It does involve some rotating shifts, and at times would probably require evenings and weekends. But again, a great fit for someone with basic knowledge of both Windows, Linux operating systems, as well as Modbus. Again, strong communicator, and also a big plus because it's a remote role. So that's a position. Schneider Electric, their technical support engineer. Again, really, really exciting opportunity. The last role I want to talk about is one of our favorite companies out there. They're all our favorites, obviously, but Masonite, super veteran friendly, very pro-veteran. One of our liaisons there, Jake, with their team is just all in on veterans and SkillsBridge. So this is a company, they build custom doors. You may live in a neighborhood that doesn't lock your doors, but you're probably going to live in a neighborhood that still needs one. So they build doors, really exciting. Environmental health and safety supervisors are looking for that role. It would involve executing their safety programs at a warehouse. This is in Mason City, Iowa, so in our beautiful nation's heartland. You'd be working to ensure the company is meeting federal safety regulations, evaluating safety procedures to benefit the customers, and you'd be designing kind of a world-class safety program. And the ideal candidate for this role would have 5 to 7 years experience in manufacturing, some quality assurance. Ideally, they're looking for someone that possesses a bachelor's degree in occupational safety and environmental health. That's preferred. It's not exactly required. We can look at the one eaches. So, this role, again, we're looking for strong critical thinking skills, experience in lean operating, Lean Six Sigma. That, again, is always a plus. But if you're interested in that, drop us a comment, and we'll be happy to connect and answer some questions and go from there. And again, I tell everyone when it comes to SkillsBridge, please make part of your daily rhythm as you're transitioning to go on that website 2 or 3 times a week and look at internships. Our website is very organic. You can filter it by the state, by the type of industry you're looking to do post-military. And we have so many SkillsBridge opportunities out there. So just kind of make that 2 to 3 times a week where you're checking that website. And we'll be happy to answer questions. So with that, I will turn it over to the always smiling, always happy Kate. She's going to talk about some really, really exciting direct hire opportunities.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Matt. And just as a reminder, the roles that we're going to share now are our direct hire openings. They are with our companies that are looking to have someone hired immediately or within the next couple of weeks. And so these roles are ideal for transitioning service members who are, actively job searching right now and open to work, or veterans or military spouses that are open to work right now as well. And like Lucy and Matt both mentioned before, if you're interested, just type the name of the role in the chat, and that will allow us to give you more information after the broadcast. All right, the first role I have is a senior business analyst. This role is on site in Chicago, Illinois. In this position, you'll play a vital role in driving the financial performance of our client by contributing to the development of analytical tools and optimizing their business and supply chain operations. For this position, they're looking for someone with a bachelor's degree, ideally in a quantitative major. We're thinking business analytics, computer science, supply chain, something in that area. And then they're also looking for someone with 5 years of hands-on practical experience, taking business intelligence projects from concept to design. Also, someone that has Azure and Power BI experience is ideal for this role. So again, that is a senior business analyst in Chicago, Illinois. The next role I have for you is a digital solutions developer. This is a really exciting role with a great client that we just started working with. It's located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And if you're not familiar, it's just right outside of the Minneapolis-St. Paul metropolitan area. This client is a leading manufacturer of outdoor lifestyle products and leisure travel. So if you are someone that loves the outdoors, this would be a really fun company to work with because they live and breathe it every day. As a member of the Enterprise IT Delivery team, the digital solutions developer will help to successfully deliver and support CRM software in an agile DevOps environment. So if you are someone that has a bachelor's degree in computer science or IT, or 3 to 5 years of technology experience that's relevant, such as process automation, web development, or mobile development, this is a great opportunity for you. They do require a specific tech stack. So if you want to get more details about this role, find out exactly what kind of experience is needed, just type digital solutions developer into the chat and I'll be able to reach out to you following our broadcast. This role is also hybrid. So they're only looking for someone to come into the office 3 days a week. And again, this company is huge on culture and there is minimal travel required for this digital solutions developer role in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And that is all I have. Over to you, Matt.
All right, thank you, Kay. Appreciate it. So I'm going to share a few different positions. So the first one I have is a production supervisor in Sarasota, Florida. So there's actually 6 different positions that are available there. We can only just share so many. We only have so much time. But again, this is one of those times where, if the area is interest of you, go check out what else we have there. But this is with a premium boat and yacht manufacturer. What you'd be responsible for is supervising employees. And this is in a manufacturing and assembly environment, specifically boats and yachts, things like that. So you're planning all the assigned work, implementing policies and procedures, recommending improvement methods for production, equipment, operating procedures, things like that. So really it's a lot of things that people coming out of the military have a lot of experience with in their leadership roles. That's what they want. They want somebody with a minimum of 2 years experience in a supervisory position. So that's quite a few people coming out of the military. But the kicker with that, you do need to have about 5 years in some type of manufacturing operations. That's going to be a requirement just because of the type of business they're in. You have to have a little bit of, background and knowledge in that. They're looking to pay around 60 to 70K a year. But again, there's, 6 different positions there that, there's a paint supervisor. So if you have experience painting boats or even vehicles, customer service, parts specialists, things like that. The pay is pretty good. It's a beautiful area too. So if you're interested in that area, you can check out all the other ones we have available. But to kind of transition over to a little different scenery, another production supervisor position in Florence, Kentucky, a little bit different. But this is with a national multi-billion-dollar food manufacturing and distribution company. So basically what you would be responsible for is managing employees' performance, their skills development. You can interview and hire qualified employees. You're supervising and training your subordinates or your direct reports. What they want is 4 to 5 years of related work experience, preferably in a manufacturing environment. If it's food manufacturing or distribution, that is a huge plus. But that manufacturing background, any type of experience or education in that would be great, with about 2 years of supervision experience. The beauty of this, you just need a high school diploma. They would like somebody with a bachelor's, but you have that really good experience. You meet or exceed the minimum of 2 years supervision. 4 to 5 years manufacturing. That's where they can overlook something like that. You make about 70 to 75K a year. The last one I have, also in Florence, Kentucky, same company, same thing, but it's a senior technical maintenance manager. So this one, a lot more technical, a lot more experience required, specific education, things like that. But you're leading and mentoring, maintenance teams and members, asset reliability and continuous improvement programs. You want about 10 years of related experience, anything to do with electrical systems, electronic systems, mechanical systems, computerized maintenance systems, things like that. Bachelor's degree is preferred for this, but any type of related coursework in electrical, mechanical, PLC, programmable logic controls. Prior experience, food and manufacturing. If you have exposure to USDA, FDA regulations, that's a huge plus. Pay for this about 120, 130K, so the pay is pretty good. There's also a maintenance supervisor. If you don't have quite that much experience, you need about 2 to 3 years. That's another position that's available at that location. But yeah, those are the 3 that I have. The 2 in Florence, Kentucky. There's the one in Sarasota, Florida. Again, there's a bunch of them there. Go to the website. You can apply through there. once you do that, I saw somebody ask, how do we know if somebody from the organization is going to be reaching out to you? We'll usually do it via email or on LinkedIn. You'll see it's from us. You'll see an email signature, who we are, introduce ourselves. Hey, this is a job opportunity we're looking to share. Let me know if you're interested, tailor resume, all that good stuff. So you'll know it's us when we reach out to you. It'll be one of us, maybe a couple more. So you'll know us. If you've been watching for a while, you know our faces. But yeah, those are the three that I have. I know we usually kind of turn things over to comments. Matt Collins, there's one about National Guard question that Stephanie was asking. It says, what about Guard members who have been on long-term active duty orders? Any options for SkillBridge? She's been active duty orders for 3 years.
Great question, Stephanie. So yeah, when you think active duty Guard, Stephanie, AGR program, think Title 32. So if your long-term active duty orders are going to coincide with your end of service in the Guard as a traditional M-Day Guard soldier, then absolutely SkillsBridge would be for you. Most of the time we think traditional AGR though, because you are going to need approval in most cases in your state from that chief of staff. Again, and you're going to go through your state POCs, and the process is a little different. The command teams that approve it are going to be at your state level. So I would say communicate with your command teams at the state level, your unit level, and then make sure that 3 years, your end of time and your long-term orders is going to coincide with your M-Day ETS date as well. So, and again, if you want to reach out to me and we can talk specifics on your situation, I'd be more than happy to answer your questions.
You are a star. Thank you for that, Matt. There were a couple of other questions. So there was another one here. Kate and Matt Hart, I'm going to throw this one to you. So Raphael asked, what are the options for transitioning service members that are unable to SkillBridge? Kate, what do you think?
Yeah, so we do understand that a lot of times, your timeline when you're getting out, or, unfortunately, sometimes command won't authorize a SkillBridge internship. So there are a lot of other opportunities. And basically, you can pursue certifications through organizations like Onward to Opportunity at the end of your service, or even while you're still in the service. And then also it's just jumping right into the job search. There are some organizations that offer different like internships or apprenticeships. But more often than not, you're just going to want to try to go and organically job search and find something that could be a fit for you. We do have a lot of clients that will, that are open to finding people from the military that may not have exactly the skill set, but that are open to learning as well. But a lot of times there's just a couple different qualifications that you have to meet in order to apply for those roles. So if you're not available for SkillBridge, you just really need to focus on job searching, find mentors, and really get interested in what industries and roles that are right for you. And then just actively hit that job search so you can find something that's a fit following your transition from the service.
Thank you, Kate. So I'll answer a couple of questions first of all. So Jacob asked, and Michael actually, do you hire in Uganda, or do you have any positions overseas? At the moment, we are not in the position to be able to help anybody who is looking for overseas employment in terms of matching them to roles. So I'm really sorry about that. All of our positions at present are in the US. And there's a great comment here, actually, and I think this is a good one for discussion and just really to share with our audience exactly what recruiters do, because I think that there is some mystique and some mythology around how we work and what we do. First and foremost, if we don't have roles on our website at present that are of interest to you or are in your realm, we are unable to help you at this moment in time. We don't create roles. We don't actively go out and get them. We wait for our clients to come to us and say, hey, we need this HR assistant in Tonganoxie, or we need this person here doing this. So when we refer you back to our website, it's not because we are pushing your way or sort of just, we don't want to support you. It's because unless there's something tangible on there that we can support you on, we're kind of in a bit of a no man's land. And this segues quite nicely into a comment and a question that Daniel asked, which was, when we apply for tailored roles, how long, and then Kate, I'm going to throw this one to you first of all, how long until you let employers know that we applied? I have applied to 2 positions and tailored resumes, only to be declined automatically. And I think that opening up and enlightening everybody here on the process, on how we actually work, would be really useful.
Absolutely. So it's a great question. And we love to peel back and expose how recruiting works, right? Because we want to enable you our military community to have the best job search you possibly can and provide the support that you need as well. So typically when we advertise a role, we accept applications and we screen as we see people that are a fit. Sometimes there's roles that have 20 to 30 people apply. Sometimes there's roles that are more niche or more specialized in terms of qualifications needed. And maybe we just get a couple people. So as soon as we see someone that fits the qualifications of that position and we feel like they could be a fit, we immediately invite you to a screening. Following our screening, if we feel like there's still a fit, we will present you forward to our clients. And then once presented, we do require feedback from our clients within 3 business days. Ideally, sometimes, depending on their schedules, that is not always the case, but that's kind of how the timeline progresses. So if you've applied for roles and unfortunately maybe haven't been a fit, retailer your resume, or there might just be a qualification that you didn't meet, or it could be that there were maybe some other qualified candidates that fit all of the required qualifications. So we do endeavor to provide feedback as soon as possible after you do apply for a role, and as well after we provide those screenings as well in order to support your job search. I hope that answered the question. Obviously, there's a lot more that goes into the recruiting process as well, but hopefully that did shed a little light on kind of our timelines and what we try to achieve when recruiting and screening.
I guess the best way to explain it also is we are a gatekeeper. We don't submit every candidate that applies to us to our clients. We take a look and we review the resumes and we screen and meet with candidates who we feel on paper would be a good fit. And then we utilize that screening time, so that's 30 minutes, to really get to know you better, to find out whether culturally and whether your personality will align with their team and their environment. So we utilize that time to really get the subjective information from you rather than just the objectivity and the objective information that you present on your resume. We combine both of those factors, and that's what we present to our clients. That the anecdotal here, we have met with Kate, she's got this, she would be great for you because of this. And here is her resume as well. So not everybody goes across to our client. And I think Kate made a really, really good point there. And I can't stress this enough. Your application may be, it may hit everything that is on the job description, or it may hit 75%, but you don't know who you're up against. None of us do at any given point in time. So the other candidates that submitted resumes and applications to us could have been 100% stellar. Absolutely amazing, and exactly what our partners in corporate America are looking for. And as a consequence, if we can only send them over 3 or 4 resumes, it will always be the top 3 or 4. So it may be that, yours didn't pass muster. But what I will say, Daniel, is there's targeting your resume and then there's targeting your resume. So if you haven't already, on our website under Job Seeker Resources, there is a great one-stop shop on how to target a resume from our perspective. We wrote it as recruiters, and it's exactly what we are looking for. So it gives you an into our brain and really how we would formulate a resume if we were writing one. And I think that for everybody here today, if you haven't taken a look at it, it is a great starter for 10 before you make any further application. I hope that helps. I think the last question that we have here is from Cheyenne. I think Amber's already answered part of it in the comments, but let me just clarify. When I say we only support the US, we support all 50 states in the US. So, if roles come up in Alaska or Hawaii, then we absolutely will host those on our website. And like Amber said, we do have some in Hawaii at the moment. I think the last comment from me is, if you are unfamiliar, Mike Quinn, our CEO, hosts a monthly Mastering LinkedIn workshop through the USO Transitions team. And that is happening this Thursday. So if you are working hard on your LinkedIn profile, but you sort of feel like you're a C grade LinkedIner and you really want to get up to the A grade, or you want to elevate how you work the platform, definitely do go onto the USO Transitions website, click on his workshop and register for that. And my understanding is it's 11 a.m. Eastern time on Thursday. So a couple of questions have come through since. So there was one I did just see that I wanted to share with you. It's all the way down here. I think I've missed it now. If I will come back to it. Oh, here it was. Ibrahim. So is there hope for individuals with no experience but have the certifications? There's always hope for all of us. but it is quite hard. So, I mean, Matt Hart, from your perspective, when you see candidates like that, what do you advise or what do you suggest?
No, you're right. It is very possible. It is difficult though, and it can be challenging. I think that's where some networking can kind of take place, where you can connect with some people within that industry, really that company. If you can meet people, especially a veteran, not the recruiter, not the HR person, go on LinkedIn. You can filter by company, who is a veteran, ask them like, hey, what's your opinion? They've done it. They've experienced it. So talk to them. I think that's probably one of the best things you can do, because they might be able to overlook something like that. There might be something, I don't mean this in that negative. You can something more entry level, so you can work your way into it. If that's a career that you really want to pursue, find something where you can get your foot into the door and you can show what you're truly worth, and you can progress quickly. I mean, it's obviously dependent on the company, but that's some options. I think networking is your best bet personally.
James Flood has commented that Mike Quinn, our CEO, says, are you a hoper or a hunter? And the answer should be you're a hunter, not a hoper. But equally, conversely, on the other side, if you have the experience but not the certification, then I definitely, and I say this now from firsthand, 2 weeks in experience, would encourage you to connect with O2O IVMF. They have an awesome program with so many certifications that you can access free of charge, including the examination and the test at the end. So I started last week, Thanksgiving week. What a week to start. My senior professional in HR. It's a lot of work on top of this, I can tell you. But the process and the registration was really simple, really easy. And because it's asynchronous, it's a great program to go into if you have a short amount of time to be able to study on a daily basis. So if you want to find out a little bit more about that, I'm very happy to talk about it. And if you want to send me a LinkedIn request or a contact after this, I can talk you through my experience there, because it's been stellar so far. But we've gone 2 minutes over. Kate, Matt, or Matt squared, as we say, because we have so many multiples in our teams. Thank you so much for your time. You have been amazing, as always. The information you've shared has been absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate you so much, and I know everybody else does here. And to everybody else, we hope you have a lovely week, and we will be back again next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. See you later.
Have a great week.